Yeah, look at my sword, y'all. Yeah. Cause I'm copying on me. Geeks all over the globe, God. Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Cause We Geeks. We encourage you to stay geek, man. Listen, I have the power. Cuz trying to copy off me right now. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's your boy Real. Got BA in the building. Got Big J. Got Cuz in the building, man. Listen. Definitely appreciate y'all, man, geeking out with your boy. I know we normally do this on Tuesdays and Saturdays, but we decided to do a show for y'all today since we did do one on Tuesday. Listen, if you guys are into the geek culture, geek content, movie, television, all them good things, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button. Join us here every Tuesday and Saturday, of course. And also, too, man, if you guys can do us a favor, hit them likes for us as well. That'd be much appreciated if you can do that for us, too. All right, fellas. Oh, also, too, if you guys have any questions or any comments, add it there. Add it to the comment section, of course. Add it to the comment section, and we'll address those at the end of the show. Now, BA wants me to repeat that to you again. Add your comment to the comment section, and we'll address it at the end of the show. All right. Well, fellas, let's get to it, man. We really got too much to talk about here, man. We're just gonna be talking about a couple movies and just the state of the summer blockbuster movies going on right now, stuff like that, man. But y'all already know. What you say, BJ?
Are we actually talking about blockbusters, or are we just talking about movies that came out during the summertime? That's what I'm wondering.
Here we go. Yes, sir. So I guess before we talk about this, so that's all. It's backlash to the He-Man and Mandalorian this summer says more about us than the movies. Okay, pretty interesting talking point. Shout out to Big J. Cuz real quick, man, since you didn't get to tell us your thoughts on the movie and stuff like that, man, me and BA talked about it on Saturday. What's your thoughts, man, on the He-Man movie, man?
It was fun. It did exactly what it's supposed to do. Just be a fun, a nostalgic filled movie. Nothing. It wasn't anything. It wasn't like your big box office. It was just a movie that you go enjoy for a few hours, for a couple of hours, have some laughs, and just remember watching it on the Saturday morning cartoons. It hit each of those points properly. The only thing that I'm upset about is that we missed that third post credit. We saw the other two, and we said, "Oh, okay, now it's good," because the lights came back on and ended up missing the third one. But outside of that, yeah, I absolutely enjoyed it. It was a fun watch. It was absolutely a fun watch. Also, it was. I don't know if y'all remember me mentioning it, but during the trailer, I said that I thought the guy could have been bulkier in it. I think all said and done, I think he was the proper guy for it, size, bulkiness and all. I don't think I think if they would have went bigger, like the Dolph Lundgren, I think it would have been off kilter for him. So I think they did had him as far as his bulkiness. It made it seem a little bit more natural than anything else. So yeah, I think they did a great job with it across the board.
What's your Kaioken rating?
I give it 8.2. I definitely rewatch it, especially once it comes out streaming. It's definitely going to be rewatched a lot. I've been contemplating about buying a DVD. Primarily, well, I want to get back to physical copies. I'm tired of these streaming services for the most part. Yeah, I got my PlayStation.
Oh, right.
And I do have a regular DVD player as well. But yeah, I got my PlayStation. But yeah, it's I've been trying to collect physical copies again. Just because like with these streaming services, even when you buy it, if they can still take it away essentially. So I'm trying to do better.
I wonder how much y'all know how much DVDs are?
I just bought F1 on Blu-ray. That was like 23, and I bought Sinners in 4K, and that was like 44.
Damn.
Yeah.
So they went up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering because I was like, man, I haven't bought, man, I ain't bought a DVD in
I
so long.
I literally went to the store. What's today? Thursday. I literally went to the store Tuesday to Barnes and Nobles and bought these DVDs because it's like you know what? I've been wanting to buy these movies, and so yeah, I just ran up there, bought those. I bought the Odyssey book to
Get ready for the movie.
reread that. Yeah, man, got to get ready for it. And I bought the Iliad as well, which was towards the end of the Trojan War.
Bro,
So yeah,
I've never read the Iliad. I read the Trojan War and of course Odyssey. I've never read the Iliad.
Well, when I told my wife that I went through, I had a middle school phase of Greek mythology. She was like, "Well, you never told me." It's like, well, I mean, we had Wishbone, so Wishbone talked about it. It's like, of course, you had to read it. It reminded me of comic books, so I read it.
Yeah, we studied in school.
The documentary that just came out.
The documentary is coming out next month, directed by Christopher Nolan. Listen, man, let me get Big J's opinion, man, because he don't like watching stuff no more. What's your initial thoughts on the outside looking in, Big J? Me, cousin, and BA didn't seen the movie, man. What's your initial thoughts?
I think for both of these movies, I think the problem is not. I don't think it's an us problem. Like I've said multiple times, I think this is a studio issue. Mm-hmm. How many times have we had Masters of the Universe movies and reboots? Well, they had the one with Dolphin. Didn't they try and do it again? I thought in the after somewhere between there, but
no, it just one.
Oh, okay. Well, so once again, you made the movie. If you want to continue the story, that's cool. Do you have to continue to rehash the same stuff over and over again? No. And that's what studios think we want. They think if we keep sending the same stuff over and over again, they're gonna get nostalgic.
Hold on, BA.
I know BA. He wants to see the same movie 7 times.
He leans up.
I already know BA. I know what BA to go with it, but go ahead.
But and then just like with the Mandalorian and Grogu, was it a bad episode or series of episodes in the show? No. But it wasn't a movie. Nothing really advanced for those characters. There was no growth for the characters. There was no real growth for the universe. And it played just like a series of episodes for the Bad Batch, like the episodes of the Mandalorian, where you go on a quest. On your quest, you guys send on a side quest. So I got to go get this rock from this guy over here. And he's like, well, if you want this rock, I need you to go get this pigeon from over there. And then come back and bring me the pigeon. I'll give you the rock. You can take it back there. That's every episode of the Mandalorian. That's how it was from season 1. And the same thing with Bad Batch. They do the exact same thing. That's not a movie. It doesn't tell a whole story. It's just you do this, you do this, you do this. And it didn't do anything. And like I said, that's the problem with these things is if you want people to get engaged, if you want people to give you their money, give us something to get invested in. Not some cute toy that you think we want to buy. Give us something to care about. Give us something engaging. Tell us a story that sucks everybody in and makes everybody want to go over and over again. Like I said, when we had Black Panther, that was not existing IP from a movie standpoint that everybody knew, that everybody had to go see because we'd already seen it 15 times. No, that was original. It was original screen presence, and it was $1.3 billion movie. And they were like, "Whoa!" But like I said, but everybody else was like, "Let's keep giving them the same movie over and over again." Because that's what Hollywood. Go ahead.
You don't think that also was an effect from Marvel? Like having the Marvel title on it also helped with that?
I don't think it as much. I think that was so. I think with Black Panther, that was more of a cultural situation. That became a cultural phenomenon.
That too.
Yeah, that movie dropped in every black person on the man went to go see it. Now I think Captain Marvel, which they try and act like it was a flop that still made over $1 billion, was a Marvel ride high. Let's go see a Marvel movie because it wasn't as good as Black Panther. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't as good as Black Panther, but it still made over $1 billion. And like I said, but that kind of stuff spoiled them into thinking if we just keep putting out whatever, they'll just keep giving us $1 billion every time we drop a movie. And now they're like, oh no, they're not giving us $1 billion. And like I said, they keep learning the wrong lesson is, like I've been saying the whole time, tell good stories and people keep going. Not give me something that because it's a corporate. And I'll tell you, part of the reason is because movie studios have gotten away from movie stars. Movie studios now feel the focus has to be on IP because they own the IP. They can't own the stars because you can go leave their studio and go work for somebody else. And that you don't see $20-30 million a movie people anymore, except for the Robert Downey Jr. types. Most actors are not getting 20, 30 million like it was during the 90s and the 2000s, where you had these huge blockbuster stars that every summer they dropped a movie for a different studio, and that movie made and they'd make 25, $40 million a movie.
Right.
But what they're trying to do is get away from that, where they're the star because the IP is the star, not the individuals, and so they don't give us any stars we can get behind. They give us IP, and they keep returning the same IPs over and over again. Because like, even Disney, look at Disney. Disney, how many times have they released a movie that was a classic back in the 1990s, and now they do live action or something from the 19? Yeah, Dumbo. We got live action. Why do we need live action Dumbo? Why do we need live action The Genie? Aladdin. We didn't need it. We getting live action.
Moana.
Little Mermaid, Moana. They can't tell an original story anymore because it's easier to just go back to the same IP and tell it over and over again. And you can sit there and shake your head and say, I'm crazy enough, but I'm saying back in the days, they would have, we would get 40, 50 movies a year because they would put out different stories and they would take chances on just storytelling, and everything didn't make a hit. It wasn't always a blockbuster, but they would have interesting stories and we'd go see them. Now we get 20 movies a year and it's the same stuff over and over again. That's part of that whole consolidation with the movie studios where they're releasing less content and they're trying to feed us the same thing over and over again.
What you about to say, BA?
I don't know where to begin. Majority of what Big J said was, I ain't gonna say it was full of crap, but it was halfway full of crap. And the reason why I say this is because Will just mentioned something about the Iliad, right? About something that's permanent. You might see a movie. We've been watching movies about Greek gods since they started to come about, since Shakespeare. So people still want to see the same exact thing. So just the fact that you say like, oh, they gotta do, no, people like a different take, a different rendition of something that they beloved. That's something that they love. So that take is, I think, is 100% false. Like people still want to watch the same exact thing. They just want to watch it better. Go ahead.
No, I'm not. So here's the question: if there was a movie that came out in the 50s that told that story, and then it came out in 2025. That's not the same audience. But when we get on the movie from like How to Train Your Dragon, that movie came out, now they're doing the live version. That movie is less than 15 years old, and they're retelling the exact same story. There's not a 40-year gap between the original and a remake now. It is 10 years old. I saw it, now my kids going to see it, and then their kids going to see it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not getting that gap anymore. To where you're
87. When did the He-Man come out? Early
90s? Was it 87? No, early
87,
87,
right? That's what I thought. 87 on
top.
It's 40 years later. It's 40 years,
bro.
Right? So
I know we're not on the question and comments, but didn't I just say this on the last show? If Masters of the Universe was called He-Man instead of Sylvester, I said this. I said that. It makes sense. That's all part of the marketing I've been getting on. But my bad. Go ahead, BA.
And I think where He-Man / Masters of the Universe failed was because of the promotion. The promotion, like you said, you didn't do the He-Man part, but you didn't advertise it to kids either. So you banked on our 40 on up that generation to do it, when that's not how you do it. You're supposed to market it to kids. The same exact problem was with, to me, Mandalorian. I told y'all. I try to get my 3-year-old to watch something from the Mandalorian Grogu. It was nothing for her to watch on Disney Junior. Disney Plus, I should say. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So where's the animated stuff? Where's the kid version of this stuff? Where's that? Like they're dropping that ball. If you add that, then you bring out the kids. The kids are going to see it in droves. Then that's what builds your money up. Like Lilo and Stitch. You made something up. You talked about, what about this and what about that? Lilo and Stitch killed the box office because people love Lilo and Stitch. People love the live version of Lilo. It was a different take on it. They love it. So they're going to love certain things that you just got to promote it the right way, both animated and in real life. You said some more stuff. I can't really go into it, but that was just the thing. It just throws me off. Like, you just got to market it the right way. And I think people cut corners a lot of times, and that's where it fails. I still want to watch my Turtles. I've been watching every rendition of the Turtles, and guess what? If they come out with another one, I will be there.
Yep.
If it's done right, even if it's done bad, I'm gonna tell you how bad it was. So people don't mind the same stories. It's just the fact that you have to do a good job on said stories. And I think a lot of times they drop the ball and just coming up with a different and a different take. Masters of the Universe was a good take on that on He-Man. It made a lot of things make sense when something that came out in the 80s that made absolutely no sense sometimes. They made sense of it and it was still good enough. They just did a poor job of marketing. Like I said, Mando, they didn't, and I think this is definitely your problem, Jay, with the movie. They didn't push it forward any kind of way. They just left it as a episodic type movie. Like, wait a second, I'm watching this. I need to see some type of, and this is my problem with it as well. If they would have aged up Grogu just a little bit, then you would have had a whole different vibe, a whole different take. So we're still waiting on the payoff of this, and it's been years now. I think that's a problem too. So of course these things ain't perfect, but I think that's also like just the thing. They just poor marketing, bad schemes, and but people still want to see the same thing that they've been watching.
Yeah, I agree. I remember John Kemp did like a little experiment or something like that, or he did some research and he was talking about all this original IP that came out, I think like 3 or 4 years ago, and how all of them pretty much didn't do too well in the box office, but the movies that people recognized were doing better. And he was showing that it's not necessarily like what BA was saying. It's not necessarily that, oh, we tired of watching the same things. Is it good? Right. And I think the most underrated part of movies, like we've been saying, like I said this about the movie, it wasn't marketed right. BA, you said you had a homeboy that didn't even know He-Man had a movie coming out. You had to tell him that it's He-Man in that movie. Like another comment Sylvester just dropped. A lot of people don't recognize. I said that when we first heard the movie. I said, why are you not putting He-Man in there? I know what Masters of the Universe is. My wife don't know what that means. Now, if you say He-Man, that's more of a recognizable. Yeah, and the Masters of the Universe, that's more of a recognizable IP. And I was watching what was it? I was watching so the one that came out, I think in 2002, was called He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. The Kevin Smith movies that show that came out on Netflix a few years ago, the two was a Revelation and Resolution, were both, I believe, both called Masters of the Universe. So that's why it kind of got me to thinking, like, I don't know why they didn't just put He-Man the Masters of the Universe. Another thing is too, is oh, go ahead.
I would say, and they was going to fail if they keep it as that, because what they should have did, like you said, they should have had the He-Man first, but you don't just do He-Man 2 for part 2. You don't do He-Man and the Masters of the Universe 2 or whatever. You put He-Man and She-Ra, and then whatever you want a subtitle after that. That's how you bring in the She-Ra fans, because there's a lot of them out there as well. So, like I said, just poor marketing.
Well, hold on. I got a question.
Say something real quick, BJ, on the title. So I think also too, He-Man was fighting an uphill battle, because just think about this for a second. Like BA, you said a minute ago, yeah, our age group, we know what He-Man is and all that stuff, right? It has not transcended, like what Big J was saying earlier. It hasn't transcended generations yet. My nephews, my nieces and nephews, Will's kids, like you said, your daughter and them, BA, like they don't know who He-Man is, right? Like, for example, the reason why Mario Brothers made $1 billion at the box office or whatever it was, is because it's more of a recognizable IP. Kids today still play, on the Wii and all that stuff, so they know what Mario is. The kids now today don't really know what He-Man is. When you say Master of the Universe, yeah, we all turned up, we know who it is. But we say Master of the Universe to a random person, a random, 20-year-old or whatever, they're like, Master of the Universe, what is that? What's going on? But we say He-Man, I heard of He-Man, but I don't really know a lot about him though, because it has not translated throughout the, it's not a recognizable IP, and it has not translated through generations. We've been saying that, BJ.
I was led, brother. Oh man, did you say the kids didn't see it on the Nintendo Wii? I'm like, ain't nobody playing no Wii no more. It's a Switch.
What they playing? Switch? Okay, my bad. Switch.
It's definitely a Switch.
Yeah, my bad. The Switch.
Switch 2, by the way. It's
Switch 2. Okay, I apologize.
Yeah.
So a couple things I was gonna say. No.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, just like the BSN, and I think in all of this, it does kind of go back to what both of us are saying though. If they would, so even with like you were talking about how when John Kemp said when they released a bunch of original IPs, if it's not done well, it's still not going to make a bunch of money just because it's a new story. But if it's not one marketed well, if it's not a good story, and if you don't get a good director. So here's a question: who directed the He-Man movie? Do y'all know?
Yeah, Travis Knight.
Y'all know who he is?
Son of Bob Knight.
Phil
Son of
Knight.
Phil Knight.
Phil
So I
Knight,
said
yeah.
Bob Knight. R.I.P. to Bill Bob Knight. But yeah.
Yeah. So the son of the Nike creator is the guy that made the movie. I'm like, now the only other movie I see, he had Kubo and Two Strings, and then he had Bumblebee, are the only other things he's got credited. I don't know if he's the right one to do that kind of movie. You know what I mean?
He did, but he did Bumblebee though.
He did Bumblebee. Bumblebee was cool. I mean, Bumblebee. A lot of people liked it, but here's the other thing too. Like you said too, if they wanted to make He-Man a success, especially amongst kids, they should have reintroduced the cartoon first. They should have had that going before you jump to a movie that none of these kids know what it is. Nobody.
Or just like BA said, or just market it a different way. You know what I'm saying? Market it a different way and add the title. Change the title up.
So here's the thing: when the movie came out in '87, they had already been on. It had been on TV for like 10 years or so. Well, not 10 years, but 5 or 6 years by then. So there was a built-in.
What was the name of that movie? What was the name of that movie? Did it have He-Man in the front?
Hold on, let's see. I think it was just Masters of the Universe back then.
It might be Masters of the Universe. I can't remember. I had the VHS when I was a kid, but
I got it right here. Let's see. It was Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, see, but my bad. But go ahead, you saying?
You know, no, real quick. It was something else Jay said that I finally remembered. No, you good. It's you said like the number of movies like is significantly dropped, and I was like, I don't agree with that. It's the number of movies dropped, and I'd like to hear your thoughts. That came out in the movie theater. This is not 1990s. This is not early 2000s. Netflix has original movies. Apple has original movies. Like they're churning out movies. Amazon, they're churning out movies, and all these movies essentially could have just came out in the movie theater. So you still could have had the 50, 70, 80 movies or whatever like that. And the stars that you're talking about that's making a lot of money, they're in these movies. Eddie Murphy did Coming to America too. It was just on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? He did Dolomite. That should have came out in the movie theater. It just had to be on Netflix. You know what I mean? So what do you think on like what's your thoughts on that? This goes for anybody. Like the movies are still getting churned out. It's just different streaming services are now making their own movies.
That's true.
I was trying to look up to see what the theatrical does. The list. It shows you the full theatrical release. But yes, and yeah, they do release stuff, and that's been a thing too, though. So you have the streaming services that are competing for your dollars and your viewership and all that. And that's one of those things, though. If I'm going to spend $100 to go to the movie, it needs to be worth me spending $100 because that's basically what it is to go to a movie now. Unless you have the movie club thing. You know, once you buy tickets at $15 to $20 a piece, and then you buy popcorn for $20, you know, you spend $100 to go to watch a movie. And is it worth me doing that to go see some retread? Is what I'm saying. And and I know. So here's the thing, B. I think you want to see people who you want to see what you want to see, and you'll see it over and over again. Like I said, there's to some extent. If there's an Alien movie, I'm almost always going to go see it because I love that franchise. Same thing with Predator. I'm always going to go see it because I love the franchise. But like I said. You know, and I may be a little bit older than you, so I'm gonna say that. But if you look before it, yeah, you know. So no, but if you look at, I mean, no. So what I'm talking about is like movies back in the days that were not all, you know, big studio blockbuster action movies. Like even, you know, when Purple Rain came out, that movie made a ton of money because, and it was not it was a recognizable person that brought everybody out to go see that movie. And there was other movies like that were not. Some are blockbusters, but they were hits because when they told good stories and people wanted to go see them. You know, and that's like I said. So that's why when I said like there's movies like Kramer versus Kramer
would have been on a streaming service in 2026.
That's all. So there's that would
have been straight to Amazon.
I know, but so listen. So have you ever heard of the movie Kramer versus Kramer?
Yes.
It's about a divorce, and that movie it won the Oscar that year for Best Picture. But that movie wouldn't make it into a theater now because it's a movie about a divorce. You know what I'm saying? It's like stuff like that, or the big there's a bunch of movies like there's a movie about a funeral that happened I forgot the name of it. It was like a funeral. A bunch of friends got together. And
Oh yeah.
I forgot, but it was like they spent a weekend at the house and they all got together and they were reminiscing about that. That movie like won the Oscars and stuff. And it's stuff like that where it's telling stories about people and all that gets lost because they think, well, I can't make this movie because even though and once again these movies were cheaper to make and they would make more money, they would be profitable. But studios are like, if it don't make 200, 300, or 400, or 500 million or $1 billion, I'm not going to put any money into it. Not realizing, like I said, if you release more quality movies across the board, and they don't all have to be $100 million movies, you can release them without all CG. You can make a profit on it, and it can be a good. That's those prestige movies that actors love to do, like your boy, Pattinson. He's one that likes to go do those type of movies. Like most actors, even Robert Downey Jr. likes to go do those movies, like The Juror. You remember when he was all of those are the movies that they want to do. Even A Few Good Men would not be one of those movies that would get greenlit nowadays. A movie about
and it's a classic.
Yeah, but that movie would not get green. That was the original IP about a military.
Good Will Hunting.
Yes, Good Will Hunting. 2 dudes, 1 Oscar. So it's not always. It's got to be all this stuff. Is tell good stories and people will show up and you will get the recognition. You'll make the money. All it. Good Will Hunting didn't cost anything to make. It was just the actors in there in the rooms talking. You know what I mean? The movie did not cost a bunch of money.
I agree with you, BJ. I agree with you. You definitely have to make, a good movie. But how do you get the attention of that movie? You gotta do it. It started with the marketing.
Hold on. Did they put a ton of marketing in the centers?
No. I know. No. When I say no, I mean I'm not saying like when I'm not talking about the amount of marketing. I'm talking about how you market, right? Like when Sinners first came out, when you first saw that very first trailer,
I was locked in.
You
was so what is this, right? You sold day one, right? How many times y'all heard me say on the show, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression? How many times we came on here and saw trailers, we like, the first one, but then all of a sudden the second one come out, it's like, whoa, okay, why you didn't deliver that one first, but as your first trailer? Now you sitting there wondering to yourself, like, damn, is it too late? Did you already make that impression with people? Their minds already said that it's not going to be a good movie because of the first trailer, but the second trailer killed it? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make sure, like what B.A. was saying too, you got to make sure. I keep telling folks, Mandalorian, He-Man, we here on this show literally make up 2% of the movie-going audience. I know people think because we, all 4 of us here, we think because we all love the same thing. Oh, everybody love it, right? Like, no. We make about 2% of the movie-going audience. You always hear me use the example of my wife. My wife is a representative of the majority of the people who go to movies. If I got to take her to see one of these movies, I got to sit here and explain stuff to her, then she's not the audience that they're trying to key on. Those are the people you need to be focusing on. He-Man needs to be a way, you need to find a way to include people like my wife. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Include people like my wife to watch Mandalorian, He-Man, all these other things that we talk about on the show. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they did not do that. He-Man really was trying to build on our nostalgia. I told y'all, so we had a show the other day. I said, when me and Cuz went to the movies, I literally sat there and scanned the movie room. It was full, packed in there too. But guess what? It was a lot of guys around our age that grew up with He-Man. You saw, like Cuz said, we had people cosplaying the Skeletor and all that. Dudes walking around with the swords and the Skeletor helmets and all that type of stuff, right? Like, yeah, you got our money. Your job is to try to market it for everybody. Market it for my wife, who don't know what He-Man is about. She heard of him, right? Because she grew up when we grew up, but she don't really know nothing about He-Man like that. You know what I'm saying? Like this, Cuz wife. You want to try to market to people like that and be more inclusive for them, because guess what? You got our dollars already, but just our dollars is not enough anymore. Like you said, especially if you making, how about they make this money for? I mean, the movie for BJ, you said 200.
No, I think it was over 200 million.
You see what I'm saying? Like this was a huge gamble, but I understand. Amazon got the money and all that stuff. I get that, but you don't want to be irresponsible with your money. You know what I'm saying? You want to cut back on certain things. As a matter of fact, I think they said they kind of went back and reshot some things because of the CGI that they had to add to the movie. You know what I'm saying? They had to make it. They started making practical sets and all that stuff, but then they went back and green screened a lot of stuff. Matter of fact, I don't know if y'all probably seen behind the scenes stuff. That part where Tila picked up Adam from Earth and he walking on the ship, all that was green screened. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're spending a lot of money on that type of stuff. So then, like what BJ always says, you're spending more on the production. The positive gain for you is more. It has to be more now. You know what I'm saying? If you spent I'm gonna throw a number out. You spent $225 on the movie. chances are you got to make damn near 600 million to break even.
Yeah,
that's not you pocketing money. That's to break even, because like we always say, you got to factor in the marketing and all that stuff.
Well, no,
and it's not about you marketing a lot. It's about how you market the movie or whatever. Go ahead.
But so like we said, so like you're talking about being profitable. So like we talked about it, the way it works is the movie theater gets half the money. So whatever you see the box office, half automatically goes to the movie theater.
Which is why popcorn and stuff is so high.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's just in the U.S. It's a lower percentage that goes to the studio overseas. So like India and all them countries, even though they got a ton of people, the studios got I think 40 to 35 to 40% versus the 50% they get in the U.S. And so you have to make. That's why you have to make a ton of money, especially overseas. You know, that's why like with Endgame made $1.5 billion overseas. That was crazy for them, you know.
Right.
But so like that, you know, there has to be ways where you can do it better. And like I said, mix it up. We've been talking about for the last couple of years now almost. You know, when Chad Stahelski said he wanted to do Blade, and he said he could do a Blade like a John Wick movie for about $40-50 million.
Yeah,
and make Blade. Dude, everybody would go see that. Everybody wanted to go see John Wick. The first John Wick movie before they got crazy. Those were cheap movies to make, and they made a huge profit. But like I said, that stuff wouldn't get greenlit. You know, even like we talked about what's that? Get Out.
Mm-hmm.
Get Out was not no known thing. It was just a dude, an unknown director from a directing standpoint. You know,
shoot, BJ, I do you one better.
Oh.
Obsession.
Yeah.
They said they made that movie for $750,000.
Yeah.
And I think how much is it up to now? Almost 400 million.
Yeah, I believe so.
Or something like that. Yeah, look at it real quick. Well, I know it made a lot. And they only made it for $750,000. You heard that correctly. $750,000. That's not 7 million or nothing like that. We're talking about thousands. How many times y'all heard a movie make production that much, and it is making hundreds of millions, bro?
238 is what it's at right now. 238 million worldwide.
Bro, that's crazy. For $750,000.
But that's like, remember the Blair Witch Project was another one that was dirt cheap to make.
Mm-hmm.
And made.
They made that for what, $5 million or something like that, or something cheap, or some crazy like that.
Was it that much? I thought it was cheaper than that.
It was. I think
it might be cheaper than that. It might be.
And the marketing was cheap because they did the viral marketing thing where they were doing the weird, like the found footage stuff. They leaked all that online, and everybody was going crazy.
See, and that's why. Remember we talking about what's the new one coming out? Brand New Day, right? Spider-Man Brand New Day. What were we talking about? They leaking stuff and all that stuff. They getting free marketing.
Wait, did y'all see that they said the whole movie? I sent that up to the whole movie that said got leaked online.
Yeah.
Oh, the movie got leaked?
I seen that. I seen it. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't look at it. I don't care.
Now, one of y'all trying to get me. I told y'all I don't like them leaks, man. But the trailer, y'all almost got me with the trailer.
That was a trailer.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I said I didn't know what it was at first. I thought you was like somebody was like some behind the scenes stuff or whatever. And I seen like a little bit. I said nope. I said no, I'm not doing it. I said I'm not doing it.
I watched that. I watched it so many times. I'm locked in with that.
Man, if it want to, it kind of took me out of it with that X, the big old X in the front of it. So like,
it didn't matter. Nobody cared. That thing got watched so many times before they took it down.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it did.
Exactly. I help run them numbers up.
Man, but another thing too, I'm gonna get y'all's opinion on this about the Star Wars stuff, because we talking about Mandalorian. I think we all kind of agree. I mean, it was a good movie, but I mean, what, BJ?
So what you were saying, I was going to agree. Remember we talked the marketing for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie was so weird from the first Super Bowl commercial that they tried to do the Budweiser with the Tauntauns. Yeah, and everybody was like, huh? Everybody was like confused, and no Tauntauns in the movie. But they were just they did a lot of weird stuff that did not do. Even the first trailer, the teaser trailer, it looked like a TV show. It looked like an episode of the and that's where everybody complained. It was not cinematic. It looked like, oh, this is like me watching the Mandalorian TV show. It was not, and everybody complained about it. It's like they did not do this. Now the second trailer, we were like, okay, it looks cool, and they showed a lot more action. And that was what kind of got people on board.
Once again, BJ, was it too late then?
I think so.
Because, like you said, we saw the first trailer, it was like, Then they dropped that. Remember the second piece of marketing was, like you said, the Tauntauns and all that stuff, the Budweiser Clydesdale type commercial. So them two things were your first viewing, first idea of this movie. You probably took a lot of people out of it just with them two. Then you drop that trailer that everybody liked. It's like, well, damn, it's too late now. He folks mind program like, man, I'm not gonna watch that. Man, a little trash.
Mhm.
Even though this third trailer or whatever, third piece of marketing was the best thing you ever seen in your life or whatever, but it's too late now. You know what I'm saying? So
And that movie's still sitting at 297. So it might not break them. It may not break a profit.
they shouldn't have made this movie. They shouldn't have.
This should have been season 4, and they should have did something. They should have continued to do like they said and did the overall Mando verse movie with the Mandalorian, Ahsoka, all of them coming back together to fight Thrawn or something. That would have been the movie.
Yeah, no, which is what they were talking about doing. Remember that? Do that after Ahsoka or whatever.
Yeah, they definitely said that. So I think the second thing they did here is they still put, I guess, the world on notice of who these two characters are. It was just a freeze frame of now you know, if you don't have Disney Plus, who these two are. Period. So now when we move forward, because they're still going to move forward, this project that you're talking about, it's still going to bring people to Disney. I think they're still going to move forward with it. Or they're going to move forward with 10, 11, and 12. And that's going to be a quote unquote Star Wars blockbusters. But guess who's going to be in it, but a little bit more grown up? You're going to see Grogu again. So I think this is just like a benchmark of here he is. Just in case you haven't seen him before, this is who he is. You're going to see this person or maybe both of these guys in the future. It's a gamble to do it that way, but they did it nonetheless.
Well, you know what? After what this movie just made, I don't even think it matter no more, BA. Grow them up. Like, obviously, they were trying to play up on the cuteness because a lot of folks, like my wife was watching Mandalorian with me when the show came out because she thought little Grogu was cute and all that stuff, right? She didn't go to the movies with me to watch this one. So I don't think that really matters anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I agree with you. Go ahead and grow him up, man. Let's go ahead and see him put in the work that we've been seeing him do as a little baby or whatever. Let's see him be a full-fledged, I don't know if he's going to be a Mandalorian or a Jedi. We still don't know about that yet. But you still want to see him kind of grown up so we can kind of see where he is now. You don't want to keep, going to the well over the same, okay, he's a little cute little, Grogu or cute little Yoda or whatever.
You got to grow him up next time you see him.
You got to grow him up, man. But I was going to ask y'all this. They want to get your opinion on this, BA. So I heard some stuff, some rumors. Now, remember we talked about Filoni didn't like Andor. So now there's rumors that he's not really on board with the Starfighter movie either.
That's already been done, though. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Andor was already done, too, and he wasn't really a fan of it. But
you talking about the TV show? The TV show he wasn't a fan of, I thought.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, he wasn't a fan of that. And then now there's rumors going around that he's not even a fan of Starfighter either, the one supposed to come out next year.
Filoni wasn't a huge fan of this movie. This is more John.
Well, they said so. John said he was ready to do that, and they said they switched it. John said he was planning on doing season 4, and the higher ups was like, "No, this is going to be a movie."
That's the thing, bro.
But they should, if they were going to do it, they maybe should have did a movie after season 2, before they did the Book of Boba Fett, which lowered the value of the show and the interest in the show, and then season 3, which further lowered the interest in the show.
Thank you. You just said what I'm about to say. The interest of the show already got lowered, and you're coming off a lackluster season in season 3. Even the folks who watched the show was like, "No, this ain't it," right? So who was sitting in the office like, you know what? This is definitely gonna kill it in the box office if we make this into a movie. Who said that?
Dave Filoni said, "Can I wear my hat? Can I wear my hat?"
Bro, you coming off a losing streak, bro. I mean, not a losing streak, but you off a loss, and you think you're gonna come here and win people because, hey, let me show Grogu a couple times in a commercial. Oh, they're gonna love this. But like you just said, what the box office was, bro. This is probably, I think they said it's the biggest box office flop in Star Wars history, bro.
Yeah, I think it's made less than Solo, right?
It made less than Solo. Solo made 430, I think, or something like that, 435 or something like that. So yeah, bro. Like I was like, when they listen, I gotta agree with you on that. But I like the movie. But like I said, I also can sit back and say, you know what, they shouldn't have made this. I think we said that before the movie came out. They shouldn't have made this, bro. Like who sat there and said, let's make this TV character into a movie? And like you said, it didn't feel original or something new or a new take on anything. It felt like an episode. It felt like season 4. You could do season 4 to a 2-hour movie or whatever it was. You know, it's like, bro, that made no sense to me, man. And like Star Wars right now is in the spot, man, where they need to instill trust again in the fans, because it's to the point now. It's like, hey, now you know what I will say this. I think Starfighter is going to be an event film.
Oh yeah,
I think it's gonna be like Rogue One. This is gonna be one of those that, once again, I think that Dave Filoni don't support it, just like he didn't support Andor, and I bet it's gonna open for him. He's gonna be like, huh?
Now,
it's not his people.
I'm gonna ask y'all this. Now, with that, what I just said and what we already heard about the whole Dave Filoni and Andor stuff, does that give y'all pause on the Star Wars going forward, or y'all still like, I'm gonna wait and see? Like, what's y'all thoughts on that? Still waiting.
Animation gonna be fire. I'll wait and see on everything else.
But
they should. So you know what they should have did? Like we said, if they're gonna let Filoni be in charge of animation, they should have let Favreau be in charge of the movies, and let Favreau on the movie side. Because Favreau, the Iron Man and all that other stuff, he's got a track record of making blockbuster movies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, and my thing too, like, cause I know you had to talk before. Like, Star Wars is meant for the big screen. Like, I get you with the animation. I get you with the animation. Like you said, Mars was fire. Yeah, we love that show, right? But that's not not what Star Wars is built on. It's built on the big screen, which is why I didn't understand why you had made a movie in almost 8 years and you decided to do a TV character as a movie. Like, who sat in the boardroom was like, "Yep, that's it right there. Let's go kill it."
We found our win.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
what else could they do? What else could they do? And I say that to say they're not ready for 10. They're not ready for 10, 11, 12 yet, right? We're not ready for that. So if we're not ready for 10, 11, 12, and we do have Starfighter coming out, like, that's still like Jay said, that's made. That's done. We're just waiting for that to come out. Then what we got the Star Wars got to be in the movie some kind of way. It's been too long. You know what I'm saying? So do we wait a whole decade or something? Like I said, it was a risk. It probably failed at the end of the day, but people still going to remember from the promotion, from the advertisements and all this other stuff, from the Super Bowl ads and stuff. People, when you show that silver suit and that green character next to it, people know who that is. That's what they succeeded in. If anything else failed, that's what they succeeded as in. If I see that person, that silhouette, and those green ears, I'm not thinking Yoda no more. I'm thinking Grogu. They passed. They passed that test, and they can use that move forward. That's all.
All right. So let me ask you this. I've brought this up before. If in order to save Star Wars, and then, like I said, this is going to be the biggest test for Dave Filoni. Can Dave Filoni leave that 20-year window that he's in love with and go do something like if you see a trailer for Knights of the Old Republic and you see Revan and you see all the other people on screen, would that be something that'd be like everybody get hyped? And I'm talking about even to the people who played the games. Would that be enough or the Cal Kestis, you go do his story or something, but cinematically, like, would that be enough to pull people back in?
It's going to depend on.
You know what can pull people back in?
What's that?
You have a silhouette. You have a black shaded shadowy area, and you see these two long ears with a elongated sideways face, and he stands up and he turns on a lightsaber and he holds a gun in his other hand. That's going to bring people out because that's showing Grogu he aged up. He knows what to do with the black saber, I should say, and not no regular saber. Give him the black saber, and then he got a damn pistol in his other hand, saying, like, I'm still Mandalorian, but I got this black lightsaber, and I got my Jedi skills. And then that's it. That's bring people out. That'll be pretty. Jay already got, Cuz already got chills from him. I just gave him promotion.
I've said this before, BJ, two things. Because I heard people saying, I'm starting to hear the word reboot with Star Wars. And I've been saying for the longest, you don't have to reboot Star Wars.
Oh no, we don't do it. I haven't heard that.
You don't have to reboot Star Wars.
I will have to, everything I said before, I take back because Jay is 100% right. I don't necessarily need a reboot.
Yeah, you don't need to reboot it, bro.
I will concede to that argument. Let's keep moving forward, or we go in the past. We do not need to redo Star Wars, Anakin Skywalker, and all that. Unless it's Darth Vader, then we have a complete Darth Vader led film in which he kills a lot of people. I feel good with that too.
Yes.
If you tell the story of Darth Vader after Episode 3, when he was hunting Jedi and all that stuff, that would be cool to see.
That's what I want.
But like I tell you, the problem though is Filoni's still stuck in that time frame. I have not seen anything from Filoni that does not involve that time frame.
And that's why I was going to say, like, if you want to distance yourself, because like, let's be honest here. Star Wars has been divisive over the last 30 years, right? Other than the prequel, other than the original trilogy, which is in the middle of the prequels and the sequels, you put a clump of it all together. Overall, it's been divisive, right? The thing is, like I think I've been saying before, like you said a minute ago, Big J, you could distance yourself in two different directions. Either go way back in the past and you touch on the old Republic and all that stuff, or you go way into the future and you can just start from scratch and tell fresh stories or whatever, right? You can build your universe from within and then work your way out, right? You can tell fresh stories that's not linked to Skywalkers and all that type of stuff, right? Which I want to see what Starfighter is going to do, because I want to see it. That should kind of give us an idea of how Star Wars.
The boy's supposed to be force sensitive, which means
that's fine.
He's going to be linked to something that's force related, which is only going to be but so far before we start throwing the word Skywalker out there. Matter of fact, you might see Ray Skywalker come out of nowhere and be like, "Hey, let me talk to this kid for a second."
But you know what I was gonna say? That's been the problem, and that's why we keep saying it. Like, no, I'm saying like what you're saying though is if you're stuck between Episode 3 and Episode 4 or Episode 6, then what's going to happen and what we keep seeing is you keep headbutting up against stuff that's already like everybody. The movies are established, and now you've got the shows that are established, like Rebels and all that other stuff. So you can't do anything that is because remember, even with Andor season 2, they were doing stuff that retconned what happened in Rebels, and people were like, "Well, this wasn't what we saw." And so, like, to get away from all that, you have to go pick a different time frame that we have not seen anything before that doesn't tie to
way back there or way up there. You know what I'm saying?
And you just do 10, 11, 12, and Ray Skywalker's going to be a part of it.
Because
are we ready for that?
I don't necessarily think she has to be a part of that, BA. You can distance yourself far enough to where this point in Star Wars that we know will feel like an old Republic, to that generation of Star Wars or whatever, right? You could distance go 100 years, 200 years in the future. You know what I'm saying?
They gave themselves an out by introducing Grogu.
Yeah, he could be 200 years old.
1,000. He got 1,000 years to play with. So they can build a whole nother series 200 years later, and he might be in his prime by then. Who knows? But they still have that familiar face. They still have the face to sell toys, as Big J hates all the time. They still have that name, which he will then be a link to other people. He can start talking, and guess who he's going to mention? Yeah, I was around with Anakin before he went vote. You're going to hear those names. Like, they're never not going to be here. They're going to be here forever. We just got to get used to it.
I mean, that's fine. You can mention them by name. Like, you don't have to, you know what I mean? Like, hey, by passing, like, yeah, I knew Anakin. Okay, cool. Or I knew Luke. Maybe he was with Luke for a little bit. That's cool. But like, you don't have to make it like, okay, I'm here with Luke's great granddaughter now and all that type of stuff. Like, you don't got to do all that. Like this, let it be a different set of.
You remind me of somebody I used to hang with for a little bit.
You see what I'm
saying?
saying?
What's your name again?
No, BA. For your situation though, if there's if they show a trailer with something going on, somebody gets stuck, they in trouble, and like I said, all of a sudden you just see a little dark saber light up from out the side, that would shut down the whole movie theater. If they saw that in a trailer, and then you see him start doing like the Yoda flipping around,
oh man,
like he was in Episode 3.
I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, if you don't flip around, you're gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad if you don't flip around.
We're just on a long game. It's just too long. Pause. It's just
with a jetpack though. Give him a jetpack like
this.
Jetpack. Like he's gonna be the next Tar Vista.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I remember I was in the movie theater and I was sitting next to the dude. I swear to you, we both looked at each other like, damn, they fly now? It's like, what the world? But man, I don't know, man. I being a Star Wars fan, I hope they do get it right, man. But it's just, I don't know, kind of give me a little bit of pause, man, because it is, because I feel like you're losing this newer generation of people, man. Which you definitely, I know people are like, oh, they don't matter. Yeah, they do. You need them also to help with the box office. You know what I'm saying? Like, you saw this movie made, like I said, would you say 235, DJ? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need 297. Like, yeah, you need as many eyeballs as possible. Matter of fact, man, to go back to that He-Man one, I think John Campion said on the show, they did a poll or a survey or something, bro, on He-Man, and I think they said like 11% of the audience was 18 or less, 18 years or less. 11%, bro. I was like, what the? I said, hold on, man. That right there should tell you everything. It's like, bro, these kids don't know who that is, bro. You had to, I know people gonna say, oh, they had it on Netflix, bro. You know, Netflix buries stuff all the time, unless you kind of just happen to come across it, bro. They don't advertise nothing like that on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of just happen to scroll on there. Oh, they got He-Man or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they got to do better with that marketing, man. But
if they were smart, go ahead, B.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say if they were smart, like you were saying, then we kind of mentioned before. If they would have released a He-Man show or something before, or like I said, just like right now, they're working on the Voltron thing on Netflix, right? And I'm saying, but if they get that hyped up enough, you could turn it into a theatrical release. And I know Netflix ain't gonna do it now that they don't have Warner.
Well, no, it's Amazon.
Okay, Amazon. But I'm saying because that could easily be a theatrical release if you get that going and get it hyped up enough to turn Voltron into a theatrical release.
So
I mean that thing.
That's funny you said that. Voltron was supposed to be a theatrical release.
I know,
and that's why like it kind of got me nervous on because I guess they did it before He-Man, but I was gonna say I think a lot of that had to do with what happened with He-Man. It's probably a lot of reasons why they decided to move it to Amazon or whatever, right? Because it's supposed to come out in movie theaters and everything. Even the cast kind of talked about it before too, and I was like, I just imagine how the marketing won't be for Voltron. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to market it a certain way or whatever. Now Voltron probably a little bit more easy. Kind of like the Transformers, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask y'all a question.
In the Henry Cavill?
Yeah. This because you talked to a point. What is Masters of the Universe? What is that coming out on? Amazon, right?
Amazon. Mm-hmm.
Okay. We on this show, we talked about The Boys. We talked about Invincible. Mm-hmm. Some of their top shows. Did you see one advertisement about Masters of the Universe doing that?
No.
Damn, no.
So what's the other big show on that we did?
Jack Ryan.
No, the other thing. The other thing.
Gen V?
Damn, I had it.
With the robot, the mech suits and the ghoul.
Fallout.
Fallout.
They don't advertise their stuff across, like you said, they don't cross-platform advertise.
So the audience that it will be targeted to sat there and watched all these episodes.
Yep.
Watch it start to finish.
Yep.
And not one, I would have been spamming. You feel me? But getting a forced commercial in the middle, even if you pay for it, even if you pay not to have commercials, you're gonna get this advertisement, and then I'm gonna finish it up as soon as the end credits. Boom, another one. Matter of fact, during the end credits, you're going to see it pop up. That's how you market, especially something that you're going to come out with in your own like streaming service.
That's crazy. BA, right? I didn't think about that. I had to sit there and think about that. I don't remember because even during Spider Noir, I didn't see it. Because they normally like drop like some ads or whatever before the show or whatever. That's crazy.
Some Tide Pods and weird stuff. They don't do ads for their own stuff really.
So that's like Netflix. Mm-hmm. That's crazy, bro. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I'm with y'all, man. That's but hey, comment section, y'all. Let us know what y'all think too, man, about these topics, man. Because I like I said, I found this on here. That's kind of because we seen these movies, and it's like I'm trying to get an understanding of like like I said, I've said it before. You know, I feel like they don't market it well. I like the movie, but I also see why I can see why they did not succeed because it's a good movie. A lot of people, I've been seeing a lot of people online saying, "Bro, this is actually a good movie. Why isn't it making X amount of money?" It's like a lot of people don't know what it is. And I think Sylvester just said it again here in the comment section. Like a lot of people don't know what Master of the Universe is. BA said he ran into a friend that didn't know he didn't know Master of the Universe was a He-Man movie. I heard of He-Man, but I never heard of Masters of the Universe. Because whenever we was kids, we didn't say I'm watching Masters of the Universe cartoon. What we say? I'm watching He-Man, right? So, like, but it's crazy, man. But yeah, let's go ahead and turn the page here. Yeah, you got anything else you want to add, Big J or cuz anybody? You good? All right, man. Let's go ahead and turn the page here, man. Get to the questions, the comments, fellas. All right, man. Let's see what we got up here first. Yeah, shout out to Sylvester, man. He's been conversating with us in the comment section, man. Appreciate that. He says, "What's up, cuz we geek fam?" He said, "I've been watching y'all from afar. I just been really busy, but keep on doing y'all thing." Yeah. I feel what he's saying. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate support, man. He also said Jared Leto actually surprised me. Yeah, he did pretty good. He said, "I thought his style of acting didn't really fit Skeletor's personality or even his voice, but I thought he finally landed a role that to me was successful." Yeah. And that's what a lot of people were saying. That Jared Leto was pretty good. Yeah. Now they're blaming him for the curse and all that stuff. Like that wasn't Jared Leto's fault.
Nah, not at all.
Like that, he did a real good job, man. As Skeletor. You know what I'm saying? He could have went real goofy with it, like back in the 80s, like BA was saying. Back in the 80s when he had the rhyme, He-Man, rhyme. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All that. So yeah, but shout out to
running away. Yeah, having run away.
Yeah. Like the meme or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting on.
Jack says hi. Hello, Jack. Hello. Welcome to the channel. Sylvester says, if Masters of the Universe was called He-Man, instead of, then I feel like it would have been more of a grab for the young audience because the young people don't know what Masters of the Universe is. Yeah, because that like I said, we first saw the name of the movie and everything. I thought it was gonna be called He-Man, the Masters of the Universe,
but do young people know what He-Man is?
So
kids know He-Man?
They might know him for the memes, and I know the memes ain't really just. You know what I mean?
She-Ra is more popular than He-Man amongst a certain age.
Now, yeah.
Right now.
The Skeletor is the one that I always see memes of Skeletor everywhere. But
which is why the marketing should have did their job, man. You trying to promote this thing, you know what I'm saying, for the younger generation. Because there's not anything that they can latch to. I mean, like I said, stuff on like Netflix and all that, but it's not a lot of people who watch that on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of their like prime shows or anything like that. So unless like people like us who are tapped into this this space or whatever, yeah, we knew that this type of stuff was coming out on Netflix. But like I was saying before, like my wife didn't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? She scrolled on Netflix, she found the stuff that she like on there or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they just had to do a better job with that marketing, man, to get the eyeballs. He also says to this generation, they just saw Masters of the Universe as another movie, but not letting the young people know about the lore of He-Man to keep them interested. Yeah. That's the marketing department's job there. Master of the Universe director should have done what TMNT done. Market, explain their story. I don't know if the new TMNT movie done well at the box office or not, though, either.
Terrible. The Paramount one, they did terrible, didn't they? The marketing.
Hold on.
It was one
I'm about to ask which one you talking about, because the animated one, you talked about that, because remember, because I was like, I think I was decided at the last minute. I was like, man, you know what? So I got free time. I'm just gonna watch it, see what they're talking about. No, I know what it was. I wasn't gonna watch it at first. I thought it was for kids. Yeah. And then when I heard the reactions, people were like, oh, man, it's actually good. I'm like, hold on, let me go watch this movie, man. And I went there and watched, like, oh damn, it actually is good. That's what I text you. I said, cuz you need to go watch this movie, bro. So yeah. The market, remember it did bad on that and on Transformer Warren. Remember that?
Yep. Transformer Warren. Yep. It was the marketing.
Paramount.
Once they went on to streaming, the streaming shot up. It was everybody was watching it.
my wife was like, oh, this is that because she saw Transformer 1 with me, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think she did go see that one with me. She didn't see the Ninja Turtle with me because she thought it was a kiddie movie too. She didn't know.
Yeah.
And so she saw Transformer 1.
She's like, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The marketing for that was so bad, bro. I was just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like I said, people was on the top bragging about like, oh man, this movie good, da da da. So I'm like, man, let me go check this movie out, man. See what they talking about. Man, I saw that movie. I was like, hold on now. I text cuz like, hey, bro, you need to go watch it. You need to go watch this movie, man. It's pretty good. But yeah, man. But yeah, that's gonna probably do it for us today, man. Great discussion, man. Oh, got Salami said, "What's up, fellas? Thursday? Yeah, man. We didn't have a show Tuesday, and we're not gonna be able to have one on Saturday, so we decided to get one in today, man. So yeah, appreciate you, Salam.
We always ready.
Yeah, man. What's today? So I guess we could talk about the Spider-Man trailer next week, y'all.
We could have talked about it today because everybody saw it.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
I knew y'all gonna say something.
Bro, I didn't see it yet, Rob.
Okay, good. Thank you, BA. Thank you. I was gonna ask y'all. At first, I was like, man,
my frame. Listen,
bro, because at first I was gonna ask y'all, but I was like, man, I gotta watch it. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna say nothing. So then y'all telling me Big J Cook, you telling me you watched it like 85 times or whatever, man.
Listen.
Dude, Colton already did a breakdown. Colton did a breakdown on it. That's why I was like, oh, he's like,
yeah, he did. And I didn't watch
it. Out there. So I'm like, you know what I was like, he's like,
hey, that's why I was gonna ask y'all because I saw he had posted a video. I'm like, man, should I watch this? Should I watch this so we could talk about it? But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait because it said the 7th. He said the 17th again. Supposedly they have something else coming out with it or whatever with the trailer. Supposed to be doing some kind of special event or something like that. So, I can wait. When it drops, we'll talk about it though. As a matter of fact, what's it next Thursday?
That's a long time, man.
Wednesday is the 17th.
Damn, we'll come out on the day I got a show. Okay. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, also too this weekend I'm going to go see Disclosure Day. I'll let your boy. Going to see that on Friday. So we ain't got to talk about it. I'm just letting folks know what I'm going to go see on Friday.
Yeah, I'm going to see it this weekend.
For real? Oh, okay. I talked to your sister, but she's going to be busy. Cause I was going to ask you, did you want to go to the movie on Sunday? But I know it's Father's Day, so you ain't going to be able to go. I was going to go see that movie Furious from the directors of the Raid and Raid 2.
Oh yeah,
that came out this weekend too. I'm gonna go try to see it Sunday after I get out of work, man. I gotta see that movie. Yeah. So
no, probably said next. It's next Sunday, the 20th.
I'm tripping.
Or 21st.
21st. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I thought it was coming out this weekend. So my father-in-law's birthday was this week, so that's why I guess they're throwing me off. But yeah. So okay, yeah, we go see that mug on Sunday, man. If you want to go, I'm trying to get my tickets early and stuff. See that? I think it's like 100% right now on Rotten Tomatoes. So what yeah. The Furious. If you ever seen the Raid and yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I saw the Raid 2 in the movie theaters, bro. We always in there hype for that movie. I was like, boy, everybody's in there turned up, man. Like they watching a real fight. I'm gonna watch the Raid right now and I go downstairs. I ain't gonna lie to you. But listen, man, we definitely appreciate you. Like I said, we appreciate y'all again geeking out with your boys. Shout out to the people who just subscribed to the channel, man. We appreciate y'all too. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, man. Hit the subscribe button. If you're over on Twitter watching, follow us too. You got something, BA? Would you say something?
Yeah, I just watched the trailer. It's pretty good, bro. You by yourself, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Bro, did you find the real one?
With the big red X on and all that? Yeah,
Oh man, come on, BA, man. Dang. I'm sorry myself now, man.
Sorry.
Now I ain't gonna lie.
It looked good.
I wanted to talk about it because of the Hulk. You know, we turned up when I seen the Hulk. I was like, hold on.
Well, go on. Look, man, just watch it, man, and stop acting like that.
We'll talk about it Tuesday.
Just watch it. Watch it so we can talk about it on Saturday, man. Come on.
Oh man, that gotta be Tuesday. Like, we can talk about it Tuesday. Okay, all right. Okay, you know what? Is it still in the group? You still got in the group?
Yeah.
All right, fine. All right.
Just delete it. You repost it because the one I found was gone. So you got to repost a new one.
Oh,
okay. I'll post the one I'm watching right now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
post it for me. I'll watch it, bro. I'll watch it. Can't stand y'all, man. Can't stand y'all. Bro.
Listen, I'm locked in. I don't. Come on. They could leak the whole movie. I'll watch it and still go to the movie theater.
Come on over to the dark side, man. Come on. This. Come on.
I mean, I thought BA had my back. But I'll watch it, man. We talk about it on Tuesday. We'll watch it because I definitely want to talk about the Hulk, man. Then are y'all cool with them showing that?
We ain't going to talk about it Saturday.
Well, no, we not no show Saturday. I got some stuff I do on Saturday.
Right.
I'm gonna say for Tuesday. I'm gonna say y'all's cool with the Hulk being shown on there, or y'all want that to be a surprise?
I wish they would have saved it. You
don't care.
So to me,
it ain't like we ain't never see the Hulk.
And we knew
No. So this is my thing: is that we're getting Savage Hulk back. That's why I would have rather saved it a little bit. Like there's been whispers
but you
that
didn't
he was
see
back. So
like him being Savage yet.
But you saw him get.
He was like, I ain't never saw you get that big.
That's it. Like we saw the Hulk.
No.
Like
but the fair.
Was he great?
Remember,
it was shadowy.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't tell.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna see what Big J was gonna say.
Because it just reminds me of Captain America: New World Order. Like they didn't have to show the
it ain't that. They showed the whole goddamn scene.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
all right, we don't show it all. My bad, bro. I thought when the show was. I apologize, bro. I started all this. That was my fault.
It was dark. Like I said, the Hulk was dark. Because all they had to do word when she said what she said, and he did what he did. And then all of a sudden, you just saw, he's like, I didn't know you got that big. It's all he was like,
and that was it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it, sir.
Salam, real quick. Salam says, same folks who did the raid. Yes, sir. Yes, it is, bro. He said, I missed the live chat, but I'll catch the replay to see what crazy thing BJ said. He said a lot of crazy stuff.
Wrong.
That's funny.
That's not even true.
That's all.
That's funny.
Man, look, I tell the truth. I come here and tell y'all the truth. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. You can't handle the truth.
But listen, like I said, y'all, we'll be back here on Tuesday, y'all. So go watch. If you can find the bootleg version of that trailer, go ahead and watch the trailer. We'll talk about it here on Tuesday, y'all. So until then, it's your boy Real. Got Big J, BA, and Cuz in the building. Cuz we geek. We talk about all things in the geek culture involving movies and television. We'll catch y'all here on Tuesday. Stay geeked, and we out.